Everybody, it's May 25th, 2013. My name is Colin. In September 2011, my body was destroyed by Cipro, and I've been trying to recover ever since. I have difficulty walking. I have grinding, popping joints. I have a spasm in my pelvic floor that never stops. I have had anxiety, depression, weakness, fatigue, just basically hell for about 19 months. And I'm trying and hoping I can recover. And one of those ways is through diet, so always been trying to eat healthier. So tonight I'm going to try something different, and we're going to try some zucchini lime bread. That way you get a little bit of vegetables in your bread. So these are all the ingredients here. Got your zucchini, you got your half cup, got your lime, you've got your baking soda, buckwheat, Teff, honey. Well, this is propolis. This is like a mix, a honey mix. It's royal jelly, pollen, propolis, basically honey. And you got your eggs. You got your blender. And you got your water. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to peel the zucchini. So I use about a third of a zucchini. Just peel the edges off. Now, zucchini has a lot of moisture already in it, so you don't really need to add water to the mix. Let me just adjust this. But you just get the skin off. Ever since I was a little too rough with a metal spatula, I have a condition on my thumb where I get a real stinging sensation anytime I rub the outside of my thumb against anything. It's quite bizarre, and I'm sure it's related to weakness from Cipro. So, got this piece. We're going to do the next piece. Like I said, you use about a third of a zucchini. Be careful of our fingers here. I've been watching the World Poker Tour Season 9 on TV, and it's just insane the amount of money these guys play for. And what I always wanted to do was become a poker player, and I didn't really realize it until after I got floxed, you know. Realized that was what I really had a passion for and wanted to do, was be a poker player. I guess I'd still like to, but it's just, with all these physical limitations, you know, I wouldn't be able to sit down in a chair for 8 to 12 hours, which is what you have to do. Hoping to recover though, maybe play some local games, make a little bit of money. So, we've got our zucchini parts, and we're going to cut them up into manageable slices. Stack them all up, and then I like to cut them in halves, like that. Brush all this to the side. Also just ordered a bunch of meat. I ordered a bunch of organic beef and chicken. think I ate a little bit too much beef today. But I'm just so hungry all the time. It's like my hunger is never satisfied. I always feel weak even though I'm hungry. Okay, so we have our zucchini. Now, the lime, what we're going to do is we're going to want to extract the juice. So we're just going to kind of skin the lime here. Just take off the outer edge with the sharp knife. What we're going to do is we're going to put it in the blender real quick. And we're going to use our 1/2 cup of water right now. So this is going to be our water for the mix. We got, it's about 1/2 cup. Okay. There we go. I'm going to blend this up real quick. Because we want to extract the juice, just the juice. The blender is behind, and you're going to want to, I'm going to cover the mic for you because this is going to be super loud. So I'll cover the mic. Where's the mic? I think this is the mic. Hopefully I just covered the mic. We got our lemon juice and a mess, the blender. So we are going to extract the lemon juice with a strainer. Should be 1/2 cup. We're going to rinse out the blender real quick. Okay, now the blender is ready for the bread mix. Let me get the top real quick. Let's dry off the blender real quick. We don't want any of this fluoride water in our bread. Well, if you're wondering about water filters, from what I've read, the best thing to do is to get a whole house filtration system, 3-stage. Get the heavy metals, your standard carbon filter, get the heavy metals, and fluoride. That's 3 stages. And And get one for your whole house so you don't have to worry about taking a shower or anything. I think they're about $1,000. The one I got was from pureeffectfilters.com. So, now I'm out of eggs. This is the last of my eggs. It's an emergency. So, we are going to like to do the eggs first. Only 5 left. 5 eggs left. That's all we got. I've already eaten a pound of meat today. So, you know, I'm just constantly hungry. Here's one. Here's 2. Now, when I was young, I used to be able to do the one-handed egg crack and release. See if we can still do it. Well, we'll perfect it on our own time. There's a big 4th. Oh wow, this one had twins in it. 2 yolks. Wow. So you know what? As far as I'm concerned, that's 5 eggs. It's 5 yolks. We got 1 egg left for chicken. Now we're going to do our grains and baking soda. Let's get this as dry as we can. Now for your oil, you can really use almost any oil you want. I mean, I've used fish oil, I've used rice bran oil, olive oil is probably the best tasting, but I'm trying to eliminate my oils. We're going to make sure that this is half a cup, I think it is. The lime juice, I mean. We'll do that later. We're going to do half a cup of buckwheat. Half a cup of Teff. These grains really should be more popular, but wheat dominates everything. Because wheat is actually probably poisoned by Monsanto, but so is pretty much all non-organic food. We're going to do 3/4 teaspoon of baking soda. That's about right. Oh, we dropped some. Just a smidge more. And the only thing left is the almond meal. last time I did this bread, I did it for about 47, 48 minutes, and it was a little soft, so we're going to do it for 49. As I put these back, I'm going to grab the almond meal. Oh, why didn't you have the almond meal out already? Because I forgot, okay? So half a cup of almond meal. Seal it good. I'll put this back. We'll be ready to begin almost the mixing. By the way, this is good seafood right here, kelp. This is the probiotic I use. Kefir water. Tasty. And this is the flax oil that we're going to be using, the last of. Flax oil. Now, one last thing. Sweet tooth. Really shouldn't be having this, but this is optional. About a tablespoon of honey. There's fireworks going on outside, I'm not sure what for. Hey, I had to clear off the rim there. And we are going to make sure that this is half a cup of the lime water mixture, which it is more than, but that's okay. I'm going to put this in there. Put it all in there. We've got extra water in there. I'm going to throw our zucchini pieces in here. Now the thing is, if you have a mixer, you're kind of in trouble. It's best to have a really good blender, because a mixer I don't think is going to be able to grind up the zucchini. I have a BlendTech blender. It was a good investment. Should have used it more for juicing. I did some juicing. The juicing can take a while to digest, and it can be constipating. Carbs are what seem to get my bowels moving the best, but that may just be an excuse to eat carbs. So, we are going to blend it up. Ready to blend. Oh yeah. We're going to use a little bit of salt. Just a little bit, because we already got the lime in there. forgot the oil. What kind of oil do we want to use? Well, with the lime, we don't want to use a tangy oil, which is my fish oil here. I have my suspicions about this oil because it uses natural, I don't know how to say that word, tocopherols. Tocopherols. That's probably wrong. Tocopherols. I don't know how you say it. Vitamin E, basically, and natural lemon flavor. That might be okay, but I'm suspicious. This is natural. What does that mean? Or we can use rice bran oil, which is pretty blah. Actually gets hotter than other oils. Or we can just use the last of our olive oil. Yeah, or we can use coconut oil. So what do we want to mix with the lime? You know what? There's that old song, you put the lime in the coconut. Let's go with coconut oil. Let's do that. We're going to do half a cup of coconut oil. Fortunately, this coconut oil is stingy. And we're going to have to scoop it out. We're going to have to scoop it out with a butter knife. 1 second. Make sure we get half a cup. Of cocoa oil. I don't really want to use this because it's a lot of fat, but I'm sick of fish oil and rice bran oil. Plus, I think it'll go well with the lime. This bread might surprise me. Okay, ready for the big moment, big mixing. Get our bread pan out. I do think we are going to line this thing with the rice bran oil. Line the pan with the rice bran oil. But we're going to line it while we're mixing. So turn your volume down. We're going to mix this. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And there we are. There's our mix. The pans have been getting progressively dirtier and dirtier. Crummier and crummier. Breadcrumbs. Bread is very stubborn when it comes to sticking to the pan. You can almost hear it in my voice, can't you? You can hear the deflation that's occurred. All this physical shit that's gone down, you know. Just watch my Smythe bread video. You can hear how much more energy I have, you know. I put up with this bullshit, you know. Fucked up thumb, fucked up wrist, fucked up feet. Spasm, still kicking. Eat, no energy. It's fucking ridiculous, this life. But I just keep going, you know. It's the only life I got. Fucking sucks, but it's the only life I got. Now, it's now raining. The weather here has been crazy. So we're pretty much done. I'll let you know how this goes in the description. Hope you all have a much more exciting Friday than I've been having. I'm going to wait for this bread. And I'll let you see what the mix looks like. It's going to be some hefty bread. Go back and forth. Back and forth. And then when it gets low, just set the blender right there. Let it drain. And we'll go ahead and spatula it out. The old spatula, because we don't want to waste the last millimeter of it. Milliliter, I should say. We are ready. Oh, we forgot to preheat the oven. Oops. 49 minutes. This is a very liquidy This is a big mix. I mean, this is filling up. This is filling up more than half the pan. Okay. Rinse this stuff out. Be right back. Sorry about that. So I've been watching this WPT, you know, these beautiful women they have now, these models they have for the Club WPT and the Royal Flush Girls, and they're just so beautiful, man. I mean,
you know, you can't help but just feel, when you see beautiful bodies, you feel so depressed, you feel so sad, you know, you can't help but imagine, oh, if I could, you know, I just always wanted to just go to an event, you know, now that I can't, it's like, wow, you know, just to compete and to meet the royal flush girls, and you know, I start imagining things, you know, like, I think I'm a pretty good poker player. I don't know if I would say could be a professional, but I think I could maybe get lucky, a few times, maybe, I don't know, I think if I had dedicated myself to poker, if I just dedicated myself, I think I could have made a living out of it. So I picture these things,
It's very painful. It's very painful. And then there's a part of me that says, why torture yourself? Don't sit there and torture yourself about what could have been. Just fucking kill yourself. You what's the expression? Shit or get off the pot. Complain. If you're gonna complain, if you're gonna be in pain and keep thinking about these things and what could have been and how great your life could have been and how pain and make things more painful, then just kill yourself. There's no point in torturing yourself. So you either kill yourself or you don't. And you don't think about these things, and every time you do think about it, you just block it out. I always walked this middle road where it was like, oh, I don't want to die, but I want to continue to think about, this or that in the past, and have it totally bring me down, And it's just, it was the dumbest thing to do. It's hard not to in my state, but and toxic, just being so toxic. But I realize now how much time I had to just be like, to just put all my effort into just blocking it, just block it. Don't think about it. Every time it comes, don't think about it, because if you indulge in that thought, you might as well be killing yourself, because it's just torture. And it sounds all good, but when you see it, your emotion just kicks in, and all you want to do is think about it and be sad, because my instinct was always that I thought I could get rich and get these beautiful women and stuff. So when I see money and I see women, it's just like, oh man, that could have been me, I could have, and I can't think like that, because that's not going to be my life, it's not going to be my life. I have to just settle for this life, this little life with these crazy physical things, and try to live the only life I have. But there's a real big part of me that it wanted so much more, So we're going to put this in here. 49 convection in our Breville. Now I might have wanted to do 48. I'm a little unsure about 49. Because last time it was pure water. I didn't have the lime in there. I hope you've enjoyed this video. I know it's been pretty boring. I'm sorry. I'm not... I'm hoping my feet really get better. I'm able to walk more again, and once I can walk more again, then I'm just going to start walking longer and longer, and really work on just strengthening my feet through exercises, short, less strenuous exercises than jogging, because I think I went straight to jogging and pushed it, and I think that's what caused my foot to sort of, not rupture, but really cramp up and cause a lot of pain. Although, who knows, it might have been my diet. But I'm going to try to take it slower and hope that I'm able to run and really get that cardio going, because I think that really helps eventually run. First I'm going to start walking long distances, hopefully. Hope my feet get stronger. And, yeah, I mean, once I can do that and I can run, and, and maybe I'll be able to get rid of this fucking spasm. But the thing that's really been bothering me most, the wrist is bothersome, is this weird thing with my thumb. I can touch it with my finger, okay. As soon as I brush it against something, you see it looks normal. It looks normal. It looks normal, doesn't it? As soon as I brush it against something, it's like getting stung by a bee. It's something like just under the surface of the skin. And I miss having that dexterity with my right thumb, Use it for a lot of stuff. But at least my foot hasn't ruptured yet. So this will be my Friday night. I'll just keep watching World Poker Tour and eat my bread, and all I think about is food, It's kind of different before. When I could run, I'd be like, okay, I'll go for a run. Now it's just food. That's all I think about is food. And everything went so wrong, so quick, Like in 2 weeks, things just went so wrong, And just in a short turnaround of time, I went from jogging almost all the way around a soccer field to having to be careful when I walk now, having a weird sting on my skin of my thumb, like some kind of nerve damage or something. And 'cause it's not purple or anything like a blood vessel or anything like that, it's got to be nerve damage. And this wrist, in less than 2 weeks, and it's just right as summer, right? As spring and summer are coming around. Right as I get all this new meat in, and was thinking about getting a scooter and trying to get things done, trying to get my taxes done. I need to get done, but I saw this picture of this guy in the ER, and it was a guy. He had this. I'm pretty sure he did it himself. He had a knife just lodged in his throat, and he must have hit the jugular, and he must have just shoved it as hard as he could. That's the only way to win when you're doing that. If you're trying to kill yourself with a knife, is to shove it into the jugular perfectly. But the odds of that are very slim. And after your first cut, you would just stop. Enjoy your bread. I'll let you know how it goes in the description.